Hey man, what's happening? It's Cool Water, the Digital Dope Man, coming to you live and direct from Barroom Chats Podcast, where we focus on entertainment, culture and politics, business, education, and health. Barroom Chats Podcast, or it's just simply another conversation at the bar. Tonight, I want to talk about something that I'm probably a little late on, which would be Lil Nas X and the song Old Town Country Road. Let me make sure I got that title right, because I'm just now really starting to get the gist. The song is called Old Town Road. Lil Nas X, Old Town Road. I'm just starting to get the gist of the drama behind his song, in which case it is a country rap song, which I would say that, but that's not a category. And but it has a country vibe with a hip hop beat to it. So we'll title this one Lil Nas X, The Gatekeepers on Country Music. If you haven't heard the song, I would definitely tell you to go ahead and YouTube the song and try to get to a place where you can listen to it. It's a very catchy song. It's a little cliche-ish type bubblegum style country / rap song. Lil Nas X, who before this I heard wasn't really known. He was more a YouTube artist trying to get discovered. And some of the DJs for the country music picked it up and started playing it, and it called Steam. In which case, the country artists, the country music genre was not real accepting of the song as a country song based off certain criteria. So after a while, they went back and got Billy Ray Cyrus. He jumped on it. He wanted to jump on it and made the song even more nice. So it had to be country then because Billy was on it. That's their boy. So as of late, I heard they still took it down from the country charts, in which case now it was just a Billboard song. But after several weeks and people asking me about the song, and people asked me, I mean, when I first heard the song, I really didn't say it was country. I thought it was rap music with an imitation of a country artist, kind of being more of a joke and pretending to be country, but still keeping the rap and the beat in to make the song a little more tighter than it would normally be. So what brought me to this particular topic of discussion is that some of the things that I thought about. Some of the things that I thought about, and one of the reasons why he was having so much trouble with it is, one, cultural appropriation is at play. Country music, by most standards, is deemed to be white music, even though it's a black art form that was created by black folks. The Country Music Association, Academy, record labels don't want a black artist coming through tainting the music from what it has been since white folk took it and tried to make it their own. Two, white folks have forgotten or would not like to expose the fact that there were black cowboys back in the early 1900s, just like they were so-called black Indians, but they give all the credit to the Native American red man. So that's another issue. You know, we're talking about, again, like some of the rest of the podcast, we're talking about power and control again. You know, if he was a white boy and had done that, it'd be the biggest song in country music history. But because he's black, because it's about keeping the gate closed, they got to throw a monkey wrench in the program. Billy Ray Cyrus is being given more credit, so to speak, the same way that Miley Cyrus was given credit for discovering twerking, which she didn't with her no ass having ass, because she don't have no ass. So that's another issue. Country music is a black art form, like I said. Just like jazz was still considered a black art form, but was a black art form that was called jackass music by white folks, probably because they couldn't understand it. So they called it jackass music, in which case later on it converted over to jazz. And you have your white artists that are in the jazz genre, but they're not, you know, probably as popular as some. Country music is the only art form that is still controlled and dominated by the majority of whites. So this is the only art form that I know of that white folks still got the majority share and stake in the music, because they got country music awards. You know, they have country music radio stations, country music magazine. This is the only genre that is quote unquote ran, controlled, and owned by white folks, even though they stole the music from us because we created country music. But we're not in country music heavily. You got Charlie Pride and a couple of other people that was in there, but it's not necessarily a large base of country artists in competing for the majority share of the music. And this is out of 6 topics that I wrote down. The gatekeepers aren't going to allow a black artist to dominate the country charts with a song like Old Town Road, because it may sway public opinion about what true country is and what culture it belongs to. So when you start studying the powernomics principles and Dr. Claude Anderson, and you start studying the history of everything that is connected to black culture, then you understand why they may have a problem with putting this on the charts. Because again, we're talking about the whole fact that country music is culturally appropriate for white folks because they've been the ones that's been running the shit for so long. And people nowadays wouldn't even associate a black man with country music. There are a couple of artists out there who have country albums out, but you don't hear much about them. They don't give them a whole lot of pub, but they do. You know, you got your artists like Dolly Parton and Tim McGraw and a few others out there, man. You know, they the head honchos, the gatekeepers, the big fish in country music. What Lil Nas X has done is he's penetrated the market by going in going into the music industry backwards. So he probably would be considered a rapper, and I'm sure we'll see what he follow up with. He went through the country market and then might turn around and come back and then be classified, quote unquote, as a hip hop artist. But there are artists that have done the same thing who have went through the hip hop and ended up going in another direction, or have came from another direction to go hip hop. Beastie Boys, Post Malone, the rap group, they had the song Jump Around. He left and went and started did a whole different kind of music some years later. Something like folk, might have been country, something, but he ain't had no hip hop base to it. You wouldn't even know it was him. He done toned his image down so much. So again, this is about control. It's about power. It's about keeping what's white, white. You know, we say racism, but I'm not even going to put racism in it in that regard, like skin color. Because it's black country artists. It's about racism in the aspect of resources, controlling the natural resources, power, control, entities, tools, whatever you want to call it, that will allow the country music to stay the country music. What Lil Nas X did is it's like he took a piece of paint and he dotting it and blotting it. And it's making the music tainted in some regards, because everything black, everything outside of the color black comes from black, and this would be the same story. People start delving in and looking up black country artists, and they might find out that there's a slew of black country artists, there's a slew of black cowboys, and we can't have that, because now that's taken away from what we have basically stolen and been able to claim as our own. So I'm not going to stay on here. I'm not going to be too long-winded, man. I think the big problem with Lil Nas X and the country Billboard, the country charts, is it's not what white folks want to hear from country artists who control the purse strings and are the gatekeepers. The general public loves it, because it's something new, it's something fresh for them. But the people in the executive offices and the people that write them checks, they don't love it because it puts a damper in what they would call, quote unquote, country music. And Lil Nas would be damn near one of the most highest selling artists in the world if this song was allowed to continue on the charts, because he would basically surpass everybody off of one record. And that's not good, because again, you got your major key players and gatekeepers and veterans who have been around and ain't sold and would not have sold this many records in a short amount of time. So again, it's all about power and control. It's all about, you know, tools and resources to keep a certain alignment in what folks want to, you know, deem to be their own institutions, if I'm making any sense on that. So just see how it plays out. At this moment, I think they took it off the country charts. It's Billboard, which is, you know, much wider, much broader. But at the end of the day, it's still, you know, an issue, because, you know, you see the blatant game that the country music record labels and executives is playing. Hey, man, I'm out. It's Cool Water, Digital Dope Man. Check me out at earshiphopdead.com. Look for me at thedigitaldopeman.com. Peace and stay blessed. Holla.